Juan Soto is a New York Met. We are live on the channel to discuss it. I tried telling everybody this was going to happen. I tried telling everybody that this was going to be a reality. And the reality is the New York Mets are no longer the little brother in this town. Let me straighten this out so you can see all my championship belts here, all my WWE belts. Might have a special guest coming on the channel in a few minutes. I just sent the link. The New York Mets have done the impossible. They've done the impossible, right? They stole Juan Soto from the New York Yankees. And for weeks and weeks and weeks and months of the season, Juan Soto loves the pinstripes. Juan Soto loves hitting in front of Aaron Judge. Juan Soto loves the bleacher creatures in the Bronx, those idiots out there in the Bronx in right field that chant everybody's name before the game starts. Half the players that they chant, they want to release or trade anyway. They're not the most loyal fans. New York Met fans have been through hell and back, and this is just the beginning. It all started, realistically, right? This all started with Steve Cohen obviously buying the team. That's a given. But then we came to grips with the fact that here comes the trade for Francisco Lindor. Here comes the extension for Francisco Lindor. Here comes the signing of Matt Scherzer. Here comes the signing of Justin Verlander. And Cohen is slowly learning as he goes along. As only an owner now for 4 seasons, he's learning how to spend his money properly. And he's doing it the correct way. Now that he has a GM like David Stearns under his belt, David Stearns is one of the most sought out guys in the entire league when he was available. And you're seeing why from last year. Everything worked out for the Mets last year to a T. There was no chance you can come back with that same team last year and hope to God everything would work out perfectly with the Iglesias stuff, with the OMG stuff, with the pitching, with Manaea, with Severino, with some of the bullpen help, with some of the basic. Not everything was going to pan out the way it was supposed to. This team did everything in its power to have Mark Vientos not succeed, and he still succeeded when he came to the team. It's been a very long night, so I have to. Look how cool these Coke cans are with Santa. I mean, if you're a Mets fan now, God, I mean, nobody in their right mind, except for Mets fans, thought they were going to land him. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm losing my mind here. I'm losing everything here. My microphone's falling down. My jersey's buttoning whenever it wants to. This era of Mets baseball now it's just going to be so exciting moving forward. And if you're a Mets fan, you got to be extremely excited moving forward. I was just watching SNY, and I was just watching guys like Andy Martino come down and say how up until this morning, Sunday morning, the Yankees were still the clear-cut favorites according to the winter meetings to sign him. The Mets were just relentless in their pursuit of this player. And thank the Lord, Steve Cohen bought this team from the Wilpons, and I know the Wilpons still own like 5% of the team. Let them enjoy what's happening now. But the fact that Steve Cohen is the owner of this team, I can't thank enough. Like 4 years ago on my birthday that this guy bought this team. Welcoming him in, bald bro. I was just talking about Survivor Series. No, I'm kidding. I was just talking about Soto, and I don't even know what to say anymore. I have to take a sip of my drink. When did you hear the news initially? And what was your reaction?
Bro, literally, I'm sure like thousands of Mets fans all day on Twitter. I'm refreshing. And what time is it now? It's 11. Like, I think it was about like maybe 10-ish or about to be 10. Like, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I got to wake up early tomorrow. I was about to go to the store real quick, get something to drink to go to bed. One last refresh before I step out of my apartment. I had to make sure. Let me make sure this isn't a burner or a dummy account for Jeff Hassan. I clicked. It said 1.2 million. I was like, I had to control myself because dude, if I would have exploded, my landlord would have been pissed off at me right now. But holy fucking shit, man. Like it's real. I'm
Yeah,
like
it happened. That's it.
bro, like there was just a point where I'm like, because we're Met fans, so we're used to the rejection, we're used to the dejection, so we're like used to there's just like, all right, it's gonna go south anyways. Just like just get it over with so we could move on. But nah, it's fucking real, man.
No, it's
Juan
so real.
Soto is a fucking Met.
Now, I don't know how you felt during the season as the Yankees were like going into the World Series. I was like, you know what? This guy's probably loving this right now. Hitting in front of Judge. I'm listening to all these reports and I'm buying into all this crap about how he loves the pinstripes but in the back of my head, I've always heard that Juan Soto is they use the word mercenary. This guy's going to chase the most money. Did he get the most money with the Mets? Technically, yes, but only $5 million more than the Yankees in total value.
So, I mean, it's only brief what I've seen so far. I mean, we got to read more into it, but I heard that like maybe with incentive and like escalators or whatever, it could reach 800 million.
Yeah, that's true.
But what, like you said, it's only five. Like what we know right now, it's only 5 million more than what the Yankees offered. So there's got to be other factors why he chose us. And just off of the top of my head, like, all right, cool. Like I'm sure he loved like Judge batting behind him. That helps him out, that protects him. But at the same time, it's like okay, you got Judge, but what else you got? Because they got so many other holes that they got to fix. They got to get first baseman. They got to get a second baseman. Now they have to get a right field, probably a right and a left fielder. Dominguez, I assume he'll fill one of those outfield gaps right there. But I assume they'll look for pitching also. They got to get relief because Clay Holmes is with us now. So, and listen, even the Clay Holmes deal, dude, that's a great value deal. Because here's the thing: we got three things with Clay Holmes. If we try him out as a starter, he works out, great. Fourth or fifth starter, no problem. If it doesn't work out, guess what? We got a great setup man for Diaz. Perfect. Diaz struggles and gets injured, boom, we have another closer right there. We have someone with experience. Because here's the thing: Holmes has great stuff. I think, I mean, listen, he had a little shaky second half, but for whatever it's worth, he was a 2 to 3 time All Star with the Yankees. So I mean, and when he moved to that setup role for in front of Luke Weaver, he flourished. So, and listen, look at what Hefner did with Severino this past season, and now Severino just got the most money in A's history, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
But
it was nuts.
hey, listen, good for him,
Good for him.
good for him. But he did that for Severino, so now it's not even that big of a project with Holmes. Like now he just has to train and condition himself to be a starter. But back to Soto, I mean, I don't know. I can't say off the top of my head like how the Yankees farm system looks right now. But let's say you look at us right now. We got you got Acuna, you got Jet, you got Gilbert. I mean, you got Parada. Like I mean, you got Shot. You have a few other pitching prospects and Beatty, I'm sure he'll be used as trade bait probably for another starting pitcher. But like when you hear, for any Yankee fans listening, like outside of Dominguez who recently came up and Volpe, it's like I don't know much in the pipeline in the Yankee system, so maybe Soto and Boris were looking at that the next 14, 15 years and which franchise is going to be more set up like for future success to help out Soto, but I mean, listen, he in no stretch are we done free agency
No,
wise. Absolutely not. I think gut feeling. I think we're gonna keep Pete. I think we're gonna bring Pete back
me
because
too. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen people already putting out like mock lineups for us. Like people already putting Vientos at first. Like no, no, no. I
Yeah,
say
it's December. It's also, and this is what also I was saying a couple days ago when people were saying, oh, look at this starting rotation, Montaz, and look at Combs. How the hell can Soto go here? It's December 8th. What the
Mhm.
season doesn't start for 4 months. The Mets are nowhere near done. I 100%. It's a great point. I 100% believe Alonso will come back. Same agent. He's gonna. They've been. Oh, they've already been talking. They
Yeah.
know what the deal is, and this only makes things more appealing for free agents to come here. Is getting a guy like Soto, choosing this team, and just to make your point, I'll finish off here. The Yankees' current farm system is ranked 29th in the pipeline. The Mets are ranked ninth. So I mean, if that's something that's important to him, that's a big key. Whether it's important to him if they come up and play, or whether it's important to him if they're using trades for some other big time players, we don't know.
Like you just said, I mean, we saw a taste of Acuna towards the end of the season when Lindor had the back issue that 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 stretched in September. But me personally, like I say, there's a couple of guys that I think are untouchable. I don't want us to move. I think Jet is one of them. I personally think Jet has a higher ceiling than Acuna. In my opinion, I don't know. I've seen the dude rake in the minors, and I don't know. His swing is beautiful
Yeah,
in my opinion. Like Acuna, I think he's okay, but he's a little still raw in my opinion. But I mean, and Gilbert down the line, maybe a couple of years. I mean, Drew Gilbert in in left field. Maybe when towards the end later part of Nimmo's career when we'll see how that works out. But I mean, yeah, we're not done. I think we're gonna bring Pete back, and I think we're still gonna be in line for our top flight starting pitcher. We definitely need a number one. I mean, people with this idea that Stearns is just gonna, how do you say, do like projects like just like Manaya and Severino last year. I mean, yeah, and like yeah, that worked out, but we were in that situation where we were just trying to get off past the season, get over like 100+ million off the books and whatnot,
yeah.
and everything. So we had to take that, but now it's like all that money's coming off the books. Plus, you just saw like I mean, Cohen is fuck the luxury tax, fuck the Cohen tax. Like it's whatever, man. He got the guy, and like you said, it's gonna attract like I would hope because current is Burns also a Boris client.
He is. Yeah,
He's a client as well, and I like of all the pitchers we had last year, I really hope we bring back Manaya because I think him and Peterson as our left-handers in our lineup, I would be comfortable with that because listen, and no offense to McGill, like I don't need him coming into my
yeah. If it's
start.
it's it's enough
I
with
don't mind him
McGill
like
now.
spot work during the season. That's fine. He's manageable as like as an emergency guy, like he was down the stretch. But I mean, nah. I mean, I've seen enough to feel like we should definitely move on. Or we could package us some of those prospects like whether it's a Acuna, Beatty, a couple pitching prospects. Give the White Sox a call. Hey man, Crochet. Like you listen, they're gonna about to start another what 5-10 year rebuild. So why waste Crochet? Just they should be gathering prospects right now
Yeah,
and just but us like yeah, bring if Manaya leaves, yeah, I would do that trade for Crochet in a minute.
I love Crochet. Yeah, and he's controllable. He's 23, like you said. He's young.
Hmm.
I like Walker Bueller a lot.
Yeah.
I know he's going. The rumors are that he's going to be in a short term deal. I'm a big fan of short term deals and prove it deals.
Hmm.
Stearns has been a genius at that. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna get Montas. A lot of people forget what Frankie Montas, and everybody likes to make fun of the signing. Everybody forgets 3 years ago this guy was a budding all star and he gets traded to the Yankees. Yeah, he lost it a little bit. He had the major surgery with the arm, lost it a little bit. But if there's any GM that I fully believe in to find these players, whether it's Bader last year, who he fell down a little bit after the while, but whether it was Bader, whether it was Severino, like you said, whether it was a couple of the Yankee cast-offs that he brought in, he just seems to have a knack for finding it. Now, yes, we can't live on that. Lottery tickets like that we can't live on. But I think the Mets are going to be fully in line with a bunch of guys like Evaldi from Texas, Walker Bueller, Garrett Crochet. I still 100% believe they're bringing Alonso back. That would be the next move that's probably going to drop. I don't. We're probably not going to hear much up until the Soto press conference, which is probably Wednesday.
I
I don't know
gotta
if they'll
check.
drop anything tomorrow.
I don't know. Maybe I read something wrong on Twitter. I thought I saw something that said maybe 10 a.m. something like that. That he might make the official announcement in the morning. But Yeah, I gotta check that again. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like maybe after the Soto deal, like maybe things will quiet down a little bit because I'm sure, like, because I assume like after this announcement, I'm sure Cohen is still at the table with Boris,
What's
with all of
next?
it, with all the other clowns. Like, yo, like, you don't like think about it. You don't think guys like Burns or Alonso immediately hit Boris up, be like, whoa, Soto's there. Like, if they want to win and they want to get paid, like, I mean, there's no reason not to. And plus, you look at the landscape of what's going to happen with the Braves right now. Freed might be gone. You have oh my god, Strider coming off of what, an ACL or Tommy John surgery. I forget what it was that he missed last year.
Yeah, and
To
Acuna, I think, tore his ACL
Acuna,
twice now.
yeah,
That's
Cunha. I think 2 out of the last 4 years has torn his
yeah,
ACL.
that's
Strider missed. I just missed this past year. I think with Tommy John or some
yeah,
major elbow surgery. But the Braves, I think they're shopping around bones supposedly. Like they gotta upgrade a few pieces of themselves. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, listen, the Dodgers are gonna be the Dodgers, so they're not going anywhere. It should let's see how things shape out, man. But bro, it's still surreal, man.
I'm
Like,
afraid to like go to sleep tonight because I don't want to wake up tomorrow like the what the hell was the Carlos Correa. Like I don't want
oh
to I don't want
fuck,
to wake
man.
up tomorrow and be like,
Nah.
"Oh, Soto's ribs don't look too good right now." So
Yeah.
that's but I saw something they just came out, Passons just came out and said Soto can opt out after the 5th season, which I'm perfectly fine with. If we get one championship, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, listen,
Or he could receive a $4 million raise per season, which will eventually get the contract up to 800 million.
all right. So that's what I saw about it being like escalators up to.
Yeah, which
All right,
I don't like we said we were talking over social media and stuff. There was no dollar amount. I didn't care. It's not my money. It's not your money.
yeah.
This is a fraction of Steve Cohen's and the casino and all the plans that they have out there that were I think they were approved last week or a couple weeks ago. It's going to be insane.
So they like I don't know how recently you've been to City Field, but they already like across the street, like where all the junkyards and all the shops used to be. They already paved out that whole area, so
Oh,
that's gonna the soccer stadium is going over there.
hmm.
Which I think will be done in like maybe 3 to 4 years, and plus they're gonna be all bunch of shopping centers and housing, and like you said, he's gonna get that casino license. Let's not kid ourselves
Oh
because
my god. Yeah.
I don't know if you've been to Philly recently. Like I went 2 years ago, during the summer for Met for to watch the Mets play the Phillies. That whole complex, you guys, yeah, you got the Phillies field right there. You got the Eagles and the 76ers, all stadiums all together. Right in the middle is a FanDuel casino in between and sportsbook in between all that. There's without a doubt Cohen is gonna get that in
Yeah.
next to City Field.
You don't become a billionaire 21 times over by being stupid and making stupid decisions. This guy knows exactly what he wants. He's doing everything he possibly can to win this team a championship. That's all he's been saying for since he bought this team. And this is the viewer. This is what Soto saw. He sees the ownership heading in a direction. I don't know how much he talks to guys like Lindor. I'm assuming these guys communicate from time to. I mean, these guys are probably all friends, but
Yeah.
he sees the vision and he sees what's going to happen here. And I just put a video out saying the Mets are no longer the little brother. It's more of a troll towards Yankee fans. I've been dealing with them. You probably have too.
Oh yeah, man.
The Yankee
They're already
fans
they're already crashing.
they're so obnoxious with this, and we didn't even have the player. They had the
No.
player.
And I even remember what I think it was literally yesterday was the 1 year anniversary where Soto got traded to the Yankees last year from the Padres.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my friends who are Yankee fans, I'm like, y'all you better lock him up now. Do not let him get through the season. I mean, okay, regardless, okay, they made the World Series and whatnot, but and even I was nervous when they made the World Series in the sense like, shit, this is probably gonna be a driving force for him. Like he played a whole season with Soto. He had some of his best numbers of his career, and like I said, he got to Game 5 of the World Series, and I was like, damn, that's probably gonna be a driving force for him to re-sign. But you know what? We don't know, but it could speak to a bigger issue with Cashman and Hal and all those guys. Like, I mean, because we always hear like with Hal, like, yeah, he's not his dad, but it's like what I wonder, like with George, it was always like win at all cost.
Yep.
27 rings, like win at all costs. But I always wonder with like his son with Hal, like is he a win at all cost guy, or is he a bottom line guy? Like, I mean, it's crazy. We've never beaten the Yankees outbid for a player. I mean, and only by 5 million. You think that would not be enough, but like you said, it's not just the money; it's the bigger vision. Like it's just, dude. I mean, it's fucking wild. Like I said, it's insane, man. Times are changing.
It is. Last question I want to ask you before I sign off here. Um, what were your like? And be honest. What were your what was your percentage that you had going? Like I don't know. The rumors were coming out. Red Sox were heavy like a week ago. Blue Jays have ownership that could blow people out of the water, just like Cohen. Dodgers to me, besides the Yankees, it was always the Dodgers in the back of my head because whenever they go after somebody, they just get them, and it always scared me. What were your percentages going into like a few days ago on where the Mets stood compared to Yankees, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Red Sox?
I wasn't so much concerned with the Blue Jays because it's like, yeah, they have all the money, but the problem is you're playing in Canada.
Yeah,
You're playing in Toronto. I know it's a internet technically international market over there, but I'm like, you just played a full season in New York, and I heard he loves New York. So I mean, to go to New York to Toronto. Don't get me wrong, I've been to Toronto before. Beautiful,
it's
beautiful,
gorgeous. Yeah.
yeah, gorgeous city. I actually went to Toronto back in 2016 to NXT Takeover Toronto. Like,
Oh, nice.
awesome show. But yeah, like it don't compare to living here in New York. I mean, especially with the money he's making now. But I mean, I wasn't worried about them. Like Boston, that's another thing. I forgot who said it on Twitter. Like, yeah, the good thing about Boston is you get that money. The bad thing is you're living in Boston, not in New York. And
It's
I'm
true.
sorry, man, but it's like, and Boston is just weird. Like I don't get Boston. Like they traded away their Juan Soto a few years ago in Mookie Betts, who's now won 2 championships, is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And like, what confidence would if you're Juan Soto? What confidence would you have in that franchise to trade away that player? They got nothing in return. I mean,
No,
one of the worst trades in baseball history.
that
When you
nobody
look,
talks about.
which is
It's
I don't get why. I mean, like, dude, you got nothing in return, and he's 2 championships with the Dodgers, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But to me, I think it was, and with the Dodgers, like they scared me because, like I said, I mean, they're championship or bust. Like they got the lineup. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They were the better team this year by far. I mean, shit, can you imagine like freaking Otani and Soto and Betts in the same line? That would have scared the crap out of me. But
that would have been tough to watch.
I say it was like maybe my odds were like 20-25%. I mean, because yeah, man, like I said, we're Mets fans. We're used to rejection and just losing out in the end, especially the big bro, the Yankees. But not today. Just
No,
not today.
no. Last bonus question. What did you think of the New Day heel turn? Was that did you like
Bro,
that?
dude, it's like, man.
I didn't see it coming. I
No,
didn't see it
I
coming.
didn't see it coming because, and then especially like they're mad at Big E because he broke his neck. I'm like, damn. And then they say, yo, Austin broke his neck. He came back.
They
Angle
started ripping
broke.
off all these people that broke their neck.
Yeah,
Jesus,
I'm
what's
like,
going on?
fuck. I'm like, the dude could be dead right now. He could be in a wheelchair for his life, but shit.
Now I'm under the assumption I would assume Big E's probably medically cleared for them to have that promo, and maybe
Uh
something starts at the Rumble, build up for Mania.
I would hope that's the plan. Because if not, then I don't know
Otherwise, they
what
just
else.
otherwise they just killed him on TV, and that's it.
Yeah, because other than that, like I don't know what else the payoff would be. I mean, how else would Biggie get his comeuppance? Like,
Yeah,
I don't. Like I said, listen, I after that injury that he suffered, I just hope he lives a good and healthy life. I mean,
yeah.
forget about going back in the ring, but I mean, I would hope that if for them to do all that, for them just drag him in the mud and just put him in the damn, put him in the coffin essentially. Like, I hope he's cleared and this has like some major payoff from down in Mania, but we'll see.
It'll be good. Bold bro, appreciate you coming on, man. This is a big day for Mets fans. Let's enjoy this. Let's sleep tight, but let's not get too excited yet until we see the press conference, and then then we can
Yeah,
officially pop the champagne.
exactly, bro.
Thanks, man. Be good.
Take it easy.